Now today is the day I've been looking forward to. Good afternoon everyone. It's Saturday, the 24th, 25th, 26th of April. Don't know why I'm telling you the date, you're probably aware of the date. If you're not aware of the date, you now know it's one of those three. So I'm doing something today that I've been looking forward to for absolutely ages to my E36. It doesn't increase the power, it doesn't help it drift, it doesn't actually do absolutely anything mechanically or like functionally at all for the car. It's big gay wing day. It's also like 23, 24 degrees outside at the moment, so it's gonna be a sweaty one. I'm on my own today. If you wanna watch me hack up my car and install a massive wing on the back of it, then make sure you subscribe down below. See more content. I'm gonna try and keep posting regularly and just keeping it up, so yeah man. But before I do anything, after the whole issue in the last episode of installing the hydro, it basically everywhere is just like, there's basically just shit absolutely everywhere. So before I film anything more on this topic or me doing anything on that, I'm actually going to go through and clean up this unit because it is disgusting. I'm also trying not to say fuck, apart from that one. I watched the last video back and I say fuck, and that one, a lot. So I'm making a conscious effort not to swear. But yeah, I'm rambling on. So I'm going to put the camera down for probably about an hour, go through, blitz this unit, I'll pick this back up, and then we're going to sink our teeth into that. Done. Mind, it is a unit, like, I ain't dusting, let's put it that way. But the one place I've never really been before, because this place has been absolute state beforehand, is the workshop. So right, there's a reason why there's no before shot, but just take it from me, that right there, that's a thing of beauty in this unit, because that is always covered in crap, like to the roof. So I'm very happy boy now, because it means I have somewhere to work. First things first, I need to go get a pile of stuff because I can't do anything without the stuff I bought. So we'll pop you down. So this here is everything I've bought for my chassis mount big gay wing. I've got some AIM 9 chassis mounts, just some big gay wing that I picked up off of a friend of mine. He's just started a YouTube channel as well, so again, if I try and figure it out, I'll link it up here somewhere. I'll link it in the description below. Man of Modifications Dan, he's building a sick RX-8, and Dan, I know you don't want to, mate, but cat's out the bag, you gotta put the content up and show the people your car, because it's sick. But this has been a bit of a, it's been a little bit of a ball ache, if I'm honest with you, because for some, basically when someone says to me that I'm gonna get a left hand mount and a right hand mount, I assume that kind of means like let me show you. You see the bracket goes that way. So I'd assume that I'd get one that way and one the other way. However, so left hand one and a right hand one with two brackets in the same way, it just seems a bit odd to me. I was actually going to initially mount them on the boot, like there, and put them through, so I still had the functionality of the boot as well, but I've just come to realise that it's just not going to happen. My first point of call today, that rear bumper needs to come off. I need to get the car up in the air, the wheels have got to come off, the arch liners have got to come out, and I can start removing the rear bumper. Wheels are off, as you can see. Both sides sorted. Before I actually go ahead and take the bumper off, and it is something I did overlook and just thought of quickly, is finding the center point on the bumper. With the chassis mount, the idea is that basically we're going to have a cutout in the bumper there, and we're going to have a cutout in the bumper there. It's probably going to be roughly, I'd say roughly either side of the plate, but what I can do is actually find the center point on that bumper, which is probably, let's face it, going to be around there. I will measure it just to double check as well. Let's find the center point. So the width of my boot is 940, so you divide that by 2, you get 470. Yeah, you get 470. So 470. Yeah. So that line right there is the center point of my car, so you can see it matches up perfectly with that latch. If I close the boot, it's actually perfectly in line as well with the center of that lock. Next thing I need to do, arch liners. So, well, I don't know how much you're going to be able to see down here. There's normally a bolt there. I've only got one there. I'm guessing the previous owner's been in here before. So I need to pop that one off. I need to pop that one off as well. There's a couple, I think, up top, but I think I'm going to try and get away without taking those off. And then there's just a couple in the boot as well. So you've got that one there, and again, there's that one there, there's that one there as well. So that's one. Hey, there we go. So that's my arch liner out of the way. So there's those 2 bolts there. So those 2, we'll whip them off quickly. I think again they're a 10mm. Nah, smaller. I tried really hard to film inside there, but I cannot for the life of me get the light in there, get the camera in there, and take off at the same time. So I'm going to pop this down for a sec. Everything the arch line is off. So these ones now. Can't get on that one. I think battery strap's going to have to come off as well. So that's bumper off. From that hole there, where the bumper mounts, to that hole there, it's about 705mm. So we'll have one mounted there. In fact, actually, let's just cut it. Now I've hammered the absolute living piss out the back of my car. That's all folded up now, cut out, ready. That is going to be going there. With this wing I want it to be as high above the car as possible. You can already tell it's not even close at the moment, so we are going to build some standoffs for the back of it, which isn't the end of the world. Kind of anticipated that anyway, so it is what it is. First hole's through. Came out in quite a decent spot. I did actually just remember before I drilled it there was a loom behind it as well, so got really lucky there. We'll bolt it up now, then we'll get it level. That's ridiculous. Next problem. You see, now that I see it like that, it's actually pretty far off the roof line. bolts are in. So that's kind of mocked up, so it'll give you kind of like a rough idea. Obviously I need to close the boot lid before I can actually go ahead and hard mount it, but in terms of where it's actually going to sit, yeah, that gives you a rough idea. With how much lower it is than the roof line, I reckon it's realistically it's going to be at least 300 mil. So we are going to compensate for that. Now the wing, it doesn't actually have any stands or anything to basically rest the wing or attach it to this part at the moment. So I'm going to need to build some anyway, so even if I end up having to build them a bit taller than really I'd like to, so be it. I'm going to go ahead and draw the other one quickly. Can we just appreciate that I did check the car was level as well, by the way, before we went ahead and did this, but so that's something that's very important as well. Like, this needs to be perfectly level, because this is one of those things that, like, it's going to be one of the biggest features of like the outside of the car. If it's pissed, it's going to look absolutely ridiculous. Oh dear. That looks, in fact, actually I'm going to allow myself one time. That looks absolutely fucking ridiculous. I'm so happy. It's a bit low. I mean, let's face it, it's insanely low. What we'll do, we'll place the wing on it just so we get a feel for it. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously at the moment as well, it isn't fixed in place properly, so ignore the fact that it is currently very wonky. It needs to be higher, man. Like, it needs to be, I reckon that needs to be like there. So you can see just how much of a gap we've got to fill. Let's go ahead. We'll mount those properly so they are on there, like never coming off again. Well, they'll probably come off at some point, but on there for the moment anyways. And then we'll look at cutting the bumper up, which is the bit I am absolutely dreading. So far, I'm happy with that. That one's hard mounted, so now we're gonna get that one hard mounted, which is the exact same. So obviously you've got the hardware on the outside that we've just done up. And you've got, there's 2 bolts on the inside as well. Now the problem is, like I mentioned earlier, because I thought there was a left and a right bracket, the way they're gonna mount is gonna be a bit interesting. This one, for example, obviously it sits flush there, but this one is actually covering one of the mounting holes for the bumper. I'm actually just gonna chop half the mounting bracket off of that bumper. Not too happy about it, but I think I can make my peace with it. See you later, mate. What we're gonna do now, the bumper, we're going to lift it up and basically just place it kind of roughly where it's going to sit, and then we'll cut a slit in that side of the bumper, and we'll cut a slit in that side of the bumper as well. One there, one there. I actually feel guilty doing this, man. Unfortunately, my camera died, and I just kind of cracked on with cutting whilst I was recharging the battery. So I started mocking it up and test fitting it. It just, I know I keep saying it, but I'm so happy with it. I've just got a couple more little cuts to make, like these bits down here. I need to trim these out just so that can sit flush. And again, I've got the same to just do on this little bit here, so it's not too bad. Once they're all cut, then we should be able just to sort of slot this back on. We're certainly not far off. It's on. Well, it's placed on. So, to be fair, cuts on this side, not too bad, like, yeah, I'll take that. The other side, sound, yeah. To be fair, when that bumper pulls up a little bit, I will be able to pull that gap in a little bit, but yeah. That's definitely not one of my finer cuts that I've done. Having installed this, I've actually also inadvertently created one of the stupidest problems I've ever had with a car. Let me show you. Like, I ain't taking this car to do the shopping now, let's face it. That's not close. Okay. What I need to do now is basically figure out how we can extend those up. Let's get some cardboard. Let's start making these templates. Because of this lovely, lovely template I made, I know that the width of those stands is about 250 mil. I wanted it to be about 30 higher. So if I measure from that, about, well, I say 30 high, about 300. So let's go 320. Basically make that so it curves with the shape of the wing. I can actually do that by taking the end of this wing off. And now I want it roughly there. So I've got my line there. So basically what I need to do now is join these two together. But like, this is the thing, I don't know, like, do I put like a bit of a curve in it? Do I try and, I don't really know how to go about this, so this could be a bit interesting, but we'll see. So that's my wing stand. It's nice to trace that on some metal and get it grinded. Time to start cutting. That probably looks like 20 seconds for you, but in reality that's been the past 40 minutes of my life. Okay, look at the state of it. That's all grinding this, man. This is what we've ended up with now. Of course at the moment they look like total crap. What we're going to go ahead and do is basically pinch them together. So I'm actually going to drill 2 holes through both of them at the same time, and then I'm going to bolt them together. That way they cannot move at all. And then what we'll do is we'll go around all of them with a flat disc to sort of shape them and get them all sorted. That took a lot longer than I care to admit. So they're bolted together now. So the idea is that we've got a flat disc, so I'll go over all the edges, absolutely everything, and get it perfectly symmetrical. Now again, this is just something I'm just gonna have to get my head down, just get on with, because it's currently 8:30. No residents around here, and I probably wouldn't be too stoked if there was some guy in his unit grinding away, making all the noise in the world and disturbing absolutely everyone. I'm just gonna get my head down and get on with it. It's literally, like I said, just flat disking around there, and hopefully they'll come out looking the bollocks. A lot of grinding later, and they're literally identical. You just need to do the finishing touches, draw out a couple more pieces, and I think we're going to be good. So we'll do one more trace just to get everything perfect, and then once that's sorted, I can drill the holes in this, we can mount them up, offer them up, and we can finally see this wing on the back of the car. Prepped. It's actually prepped. So all the sides are the same. Ground off the corners, ground off the corners. I've actually marked the mounting points on the chassis mount brackets on the car. So what we can do is literally unbolt these now, chuck the hardware through. We'll unbolt them so they're 2 separate pieces again. Obviously they do need to be wire wheeled, they are covered in surface rust, and we're gonna go test fit them. And I think what we might even just chuck the wheels back on the car quickly and set the car on the ground, just so we can get a feel for what it's like and appreciate the 6.5, 7.5, 8, the many hours of work I've put into this. Boom! Yeah, it's definitely a little bit higher now. So obviously I'll get those powder coated black and we'll probably do like some cutouts and everything to match that, but I gotta do it, man. I've gotta do it. Let's go grab that wing. Wow, and there you have it. So, from the front now. Well, it's certainly bigger than the car. I mean, God, it's huge. It's actually massive, wow. Look at it from this angle, man. I kind of want to get it back on the floor quickly, but I know there's just absolutely no point whatsoever because I've still got so much left to do with it. So, anyways, that is where I'm going to leave it for the day because quite frankly, I'm absolutely exhausted. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy seeing, I know I do, I really enjoy this, although my filming has been a bit all over the place and I do apologise for that. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, you know, what do you think of the wing, what do you think I should do next, what would you like to see me do with this car? Let me know. Instagram, links below. Cheers for watching, guys. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna start editing this video. I'm gonna have some dinner. And I'm going to bed. Safe.